I'm a lawyer. I'm practicing in the Supreme Court of India, but a human rights defender from being a fetus in my mother's womb. Yes, from my mother's womb. I am the third unwanted girl child of my mother. My mother had two girl children before me, and she had delivered every child to be a boy. And somehow she had an intuition that I'm also going to be a girl, and she had pills to abort me. But still I survived. So, I have been fighting for the protection of girl children since being a fetus in my mother's womb. So, India has a traditional caste system which divides Hindus into four categories, and there is a group of community that doesn't fall in the category, and they are called Dalits, and they have been treated as untouchables and unseeables. So, we are made to do only menial jobs like scavenging, garbage picking, mending shoes, and disposing of the dead animals belonging to the dominant caste. So I come from such a oppressed community, and that was my father who wanted to get his daughters educated. When my eldermost sister born, my father wanted her to become a doctor. When my elder sister born, my father wanted her to become an engineer. And when I was born, he wanted me to become a lawyer. So me becoming a lawyer was decided at my birth. So I was born and brought up in a slum. Slum is a place where only Dalits live, and it is located in the suburban kind of, the extreme outskirt of the city. The sewages from the dominant caste location will flow through the slum. The garbages belonging to the whole city will be dumped in the slum. So the environment in the slum is that the children in the slum, they didn't get any opportunity to get educated. So my father, who wanted to get all his daughters educated to become a professional, migrated from the slum, and he located in a dominant caste location. We almost behaved like a dominant caste. We gave up beef eating, which is an intrinsic part of Dalit culture, because dominant castes belong to India, they don't eat beef. So we almost tried to live a life very close to dominant caste so that no one find that we are Dalits. We have even told lies to several people that we belong to some upper caste to escape from violent atrocities, and we could also have been killed for daring to live in the surroundings of dominant caste. So I come from such an environment. So in a country where Dalits are expected to do only scavenging kind of low-graded jobs, my father wanted me to become a lawyer, and I myself wanted to become a lawyer practicing in the High Court of Madras immediately after my law graduation. So when the time I joined the lady senior in the High Court, I didn't know that caste could play such a vital role to even spoil one's career. The senior I joined belonged to dominant caste. Even I came to know that, later after a period of 6 or 7 months of my practice. So I was very happy with the office, and she was pretending to be encouraging me to do my master's, and she was appreciating all my works. So I applied for my master's in criminal law, and she also gave me some books to prepare for my interview. So everything was okay until I received an interview letter from the college. I found her behaving in an unusual way. So on a day when I was in the court, she asked me to come back to the office. I had a gut feeling that something is wrong, and the moment I entered the office, I found 3 women lawyers sitting like judges, and I was made to sit like a culprit. Then the only question put to me was, what all have I stolen? Like the book they accused me of stealing. Yes, they accused me of stealing. When I tried to explain, that the senior was the one who gave me the books to prepare for my interview. They asked me to shut up. I, coming from a very oppressed family, poor family, and I'm the first generation women lawyer to practice in the High Court, and I have no influential background, so I had no other option except to quit the office. But then I didn't stop there, because the success I am going to make in the profession is not only my personal success, but the success that is going to get justice to the marginalized, the community I come from. It is the way that Dr. Ambedkar, the revolutionary leader of India, who was the first law minister of India, has made for me. And I have a bounden duty to set such a way for the millions of young Dalits who are waiting to become the professionals. So I didn't give up. I continued to struggle despite the meager stipend I was paid by the seniors, despite the non-availability of cases, being a first-generation Dalit women lawyer. But still, I was motivated to practice because of the pro bono cases, the cases I had to argue for free. Pro bono cases I was getting to defend the victims of caste and gender. So one such case I was interested with was a transgender case. She was a trans woman. She was appointed as a police woman constable, and later during the medical examination in the course of her training, she was found to be a trans woman, so she was dismissed from the post. So this particular case was interested to me, and when the case was with me, the petition for the rights of trans women was pending in the Supreme Court of India. So the legal space for the trans women rights was absent. The only hope I had was the right to equality, fundamental right to equality guaranteed in the Constitution of India. So somehow I had a hope that I could win the case, and we built a very good case and we filed the case. And when the case came up for hearing, the judge was not ready to listen to me. Whenever I start arguing my case, he would say, "Please wait." Instead of hearing my arguments, of course I am the lawyer for the petitioner, instead of hearing my arguments, he used to consult the case with the other seniors who were present in the courtroom. Anyway, this is not the first time that I'm experiencing ignorance or rejection. I have been experiencing ignorance and rejection since my birth. My mother wanted to reject me. So I kept arguing the case, and finally he gave me a chance to file supportive documents to the case. So I was doing little bit research to find out the supportive documents and to see if there is any international precedents available in support of my case. Then I found the Yogyakarta principles, the set of principles to apply the international human rights law in relation with the gender orientation and gender. So I found that India was one of the signatory to the Yogyakarta principle, and hence India has to comply with the same. So with the Yogyakarta principles and other international precedents, I was able to build a very good case, and we finally won the case. So the judge ordered that she would be declared as woman for all legal purposes, including civil, criminal, and everything, and she was reinstated to the police woman constable post with back wages for the period of her dismissal. Though I won the case, it made me to realize that how important it is for me to become an expert in multiple areas of law, so that I could defend any biggest case of the country, so that I could appear in any critical case of the country. Then I thought that I should push myself in an environment where I don't have any other option except to learn. Consequently, I started practicing in the Supreme Court of India. For me, legal struggle is equally as important as social struggle. You may fail, but the fight has to continue. Though it is frustrating, it had only made me consistently, strong enough to consistently fight for the human rights and fight against the inequalities and injustices prevailing in the country. In India, Dalit women, so as I already told you, the community which has been expelled from the caste system, which was treated as untouchables, and the untouchable women had to undergo multiple kinds of discrimination and almost caste-based sexual violence. So the inaccessibility to justice, the deliberate negligence in the part of investigating agency, and the failure of judiciary to punish the culprits has made the process to empower the Dalit women very weak. And it has also become a major barrier to empower them. The Indian nation and the feminist movements that outrage against the sexual violence of the dominant caste women have only kept silent over the rapes and murders of Dalit women. Hence, it is very much necessary to legally empower the Dalit women so as to politically and socially empower them. And thus, I have planned to set up a training school for the human rights defenders, whereby the young lawyers and the law college students would be taken up for training, and they would be trained with the professional skills to represent the victims and to efficiently defend the cases of caste atrocity and gender discrimination and various inequalities of the country in all levels of judiciary. And I further feel caste is no more an internal problem of India. It is an international human rights problem. It has to be discussed in every platform in order to ensure that peace is there in every nook and corner of this planet. Thank you.